What is up, YouTube? You're watching the Alien Science channel. Now, a disclaimer before we begin, I have a bachelor's degree in physics and I'm a science nerd enthusiast here who likes to do analysis and, debunking skepticism. Science, real science is what we do here. Now, unfortunately, I'm not a forensic osteologist. I'm not an expert in mummified human remains. So I can't really comment on the legitimacy of these things or not. But this is apparently the skeleton of alien remains that were wheeled out in front of this Mexican UFO hearing that happened yesterday. Ryan Graves attended the UFO hearing, and he made a post on Twitter this morning. It's gotten almost 3,000 likes. This post, he says, after the U.S. congressional UFO hearing, I accepted an invitation to testify before the Mexican Congress, hoping to keep up the momentum of government interest in pilot experiences with UAP. Unfortunately, yesterday's demonstration was a huge step backwards for this issue. My testimony centered on sharing my experience and the UAP reports I hear from commercial and military aircrew through the ASA's Witness program. I will continue to raise awareness of UAP as an urgent matter of aerospace safety, national security, and science, but I am deeply disappointed by this unsubstantiated stunt. A number of researchers have pointed out what are the odds that real aliens' bodies that we have look so much like, Hollywood version of aliens. It's really quite interesting. This thing has been compared to Yoda and E.T. Not to joke around, but I mean, look at the oval-shaped face that's extruded from the skull. I can see the resemblance that people have drawn to E.T. Now, a number of things that struck out at me with the article itself. One of the most important things is let's find this quote here. So one of the most important things is it says, scientists recently studying UFO specimens at the Autonomous National University of Mexico were able to extract DNA evidence from the specimens using radiocarbon dating, Masson explained. Now, who is Jamie Masson? Now, Jamie Masson is not a scientist. He's a big UFO guy. Number of people have, already come pointing out all the times this guy has made hoaxes or grifts. So he doesn't have the best reputation as a solid source of information. He's just a hype guy who likes to get a lot of stuff out. So I think it's interesting to say that Jamie Masson is not a scientist, so his obvious confusion of DNA sequencing, the process involved in DNA sequencing, and the process involved in radiocarbon dating. It's easy to see why a non-scientist might get those things mixed up. But just to point that out, radiocarbon dating is a completely different procedure than DNA synthesis and extraction. Now, apparently, DNA has been extracted from this thing. Okay. Now this is where it gets kind of strange, because here we have the word allegedly being used. And anytime you use the word allegedly in science, you can pretty much throw out anything that's said after that. As far as I know, there are these studies that were posted by several people linking to the National Institute of Health, National Library of Medicine, and these are the actual genome sequences that are posted up here. Now, these are 43 gigabytes. They're pretty big files. And I don't have the necessary background to make any sense of this or really do anything with this data or information. But a number of people have, pointed out that, oh, well, this is up here and it's there for peer review. well, I'm not a peer with the scientists who did this study, so I'm not able to peer review this, but I am hoping that someone out there who is will take the time to look into this and peer review it for us and give us some insights on what's going on here. Now, the interesting thing that apparently X-rays were done of this thing. Let me find the X-rays. I don't know if I have those up right here. Let me find those. So Peruvian skeleton X-rays. The X-rays of this thing. Let's see the alien mummy. Mexico. Yeah, here's one of the pictures of it, right? So it's got 3 eggs inside it, apparently. They look like jelly beans. They don't look very round or uniform for eggs. And the skeletal structure of this thing is just, I mean, I'd love to see a close-up on that hip bone there and the skull. What this appendage is here in the chest, I don't know, but if this is like the rib cage, this thing looks like it was definitely designed and not a natural organism. If it's if it's even a real thing, it kind of looks to me like they, took a bunch of chicken and cat bones and things and clay and pieced this thing together. But then again, this is apparently a real mummified corpse that they got, which is, it shows like the same kind of color, same kind of texture. So hey, maybe I'm just off on this thing, but it looks like a it looks like a hoax to me, or a joke. This 3 toes and 3 fingers this thing apparently has, and the rib cage is just, it's just weird, man. I don't know anything about it, but the egg bearing alien. I want it to be real too, man. People want this to be real, and I want it to be real too. Yeah, the MRI on the brain. Anyone have a link to that video? We can see that and look deeper into it. I would love to see the CAT scan or the MRI on that. Anyone has a link to a video on that. But yeah, I have the links in the description all below this, and as I find more stuff, I'll post it in the description below so that people can look deeper into this. Yeah, the research is just not peer reviewed, for one. It's not, at least they did a DNA sequencing and posted it up there so people can take a look at it. I had a few people already, commenting. Yeah, we do. I had a couple people commenting already that, oh, the DNA sequence shows 20% non-human DNA. Well, if 80% of this thing is human DNA and the other 20% is non-human, that's not that uncommon. That's not that crazy outside the box thinking. As there's a lot of humans out there that are carrying 20% non-human DNA. A lot of people with Neanderthal blood or Neanderthal DNA have 20% non-human DNA because it's Neanderthal. There's also, a lot of other people that have just, interesting DNA that just outside of our, genetics. So it's not impossible that they took somebody with this kind of DNA and inserted their DNA inside this fake mummy sample in order to fake the DNA evidence. So DNA evidence is like people like to throw it around in like in courtrooms and think that it's completely infallible. But DNA evidence is you're still able to, if you had someone that you knew had 20% unhuman DNA, you could have inserted, some of their blood or whatever into this thing in order to make this thing appear like, oh, we have the DNA and it's non-human. Well, that's great, but we're going to have to do some more. This is where we get into peer review testing, and peer review testing is not just the people that extracted the sample and ran the analysis on it and posted these results. Just looking at these results isn't necessarily peer review. Peer review would require other scientists in an independent lab to take their own samples of this and run it through the same genetic sequencing. And oh, thank you, SVS Guru 2000 for the £5 super chat. Much appreciated. Scientists Against Myths did an analysis of the X-rays a year ago. It's cobbled together from various bones and a cut down. Reversed llama skull. Ooh, that is interesting. Let's look that up. So, Scientists Against Myths. Let's look this up. Scientists Against Myths. Ooh, very cool. So this is on their YouTube channel, right? Scientists Against Myths. I'll have to subscribe to these guys and check this out. Where is the video of the? Is it Peru? Nazca humanoid mummies. Is this it? This looks like it. Yeah, so I'll have to go check this one out. I'm not going to play their video, but here they are. They've got some of these doctors and medical scientists who are more qualified than I am to comment on the science about this. So yeah, I'll definitely be going to check that out and sending my audience there. Thank you for that. Now, the New York Post article, and you got Avi Loeb was apparently there at the hearing too. He hasn't said much about these bodies or the mummies that were brought out, but there are a number of people, calling Avi a crank, and I don't think that's fair. I want to encourage more scientists to be curious and investigate these topics with an open mind. And so I'm not going to, promote that kind of stuff. We're all here looking for answers in our own different paths, and the universe answers to the questions you ask it. So if you're asking it, certain questions, it's going to give you answers depending on what you're asking. So I don't count at the science that Avi's doing, even though I may not, think that telescopes are the best way to look for ET. I definitely like the fact that he went out to Papua New Guinea and dragged the ocean for some pieces of actual physical evidence of this meteorite that he thinks is extraterrestrial or interstellar in origin. But, I'm not going to be one of the people that craps on the, poo-poos on the scientists. Even Gary Nolan, Dr. Gary Nolan's on Twitter and other places defending the science on this. So yes, let me see, where is Gary? Dr. Gary, it's 2 R's. Dr. Gary Nolan. And he's not coming up on my feed. I hope he didn't. No, he didn't block me. I haven't been blocked by him. I know he blocked a lot of other people, but I've been really, I've been extra cool with all the scientists that are, investigating this stuff and putting their careers on the line and putting their, time and energy into studying this, because I want to see more scientists come into this, and I don't want to attack the scientists that are brave enough to, come into this and do this. A number of people have been like, oh, well, Gary Nolan's CIA, he got recruited by the CIA into ufology, and he's CIA, we can't trust him. Like, you could trust anyone as long as they're telling the truth, man. If this guy's CIA and he's here to spread scientific disinformation or UFO and alien disinformation to the scientific community, I mean, he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught really quick and exposed. So if that's what he's doing, then God bless him and good luck to him. But science is not the place to really be messing around like that, I don't think. Yeah, so Gary, let's see what Gary has said about the Atacama skeleton. This isn't the Atacama skeleton. Sorry, I don't know the name of this one or where it was found, the actual origins of this particular skeleton. I haven't seen it. I thought I saw him mentioning some stuff on this earlier, and I wanted to bring it up, but now I'm not seeing it or bringing it up. He's just talking about how sequencing works and some of that stuff. Yeah, so I'd be interested to hear what Gary Nolan has to say. You know, he's of course an independent lab with some, you know, equipment that he could do this analysis and stuff. So that would be kind of cool. It'd be nice to see some analysis done on this skeleton. I mean, this is the DNA results and stuff. But yeah, I'll have to check out that that channel that was mentioned in the super chat, or just there, Scientists Against Myths. This is from a year ago. I guess they did a thing on the Nazca humanoid mummies. The big fraud, they call it. Well, that's disappointing. We all want there to be alien bodies and DNA evidence and all that. That would be hell of cool and awesome. Yeah, well, that's interesting, man. It's because there's a lot of people that put this together and brought this before this Mexican congressional hearing. And I don't know the answer to all that, man. You know, there's maybe it's state sponsored. Maybe they're doing this to, you know, fully roll out the, you know, nail in the coffin and completely discredit all this UFO stuff. I mean, you look at how the mainstream is interacting and reacting with the story. It certainly seems like the mainstream is this is being used as a joke. It's being peddled around to make fun of ufologists and UFO hearings. And as Ryan Graves said in his Twitter post, that he's trying to get credibility for this subject and the stigma, and this kind of, the reaction has not been that there's less stigma now because of this. If anything, there's more, especially if this thing turns out to be a fraud or a fake. I mean, if this thing turned out to be great, real, and there's some evidence here, that would be awesome. Not exactly holding my breath for that, but man, yeah, we could get into the skeletons and the the Lloyd Pye and the skulls and all that stuff. I have a friend that went out and has pictures of her holding the skull, which is cool. Actually, I don't know if I talked to that friend anymore. I deleted my Facebook, by the way, so I don't. If you're trying to look for me on Facebook and getting a hold of me on Facebook, my Facebook's been deleted because just tired of the shadow ban and Zuckerberg. So yeah, let's bicker about Jamie Masson. Yeah, who wants to come on the StreamYard and share their thoughts or any information. You know, I welcome people to do that, especially members, YouTube members, trying to. Yeah, so let's stay open-minded and reserved, right? That's what Gary Nolan said. He said, this isn't, you know, and Gary Nolan's opinion on this is no single scientist's opinion on this is the end all for it. We need to just be open-minded and wait for the science, you know, to come back on it, I guess. If that's what good scientists should do, right? Is just, you know, we'll wait for the science to come back. But apparently, you know, according to other people, science has already been done and it's been exposed. So I'm going to have to go watch that video after this, and I'll add that to the description. Yeah, I want to believe too, man, but it seems like a hoax. And, you know, when you look at all the list of hoaxes that Jamie Masson has done in the past, there's a long list of them apparently. And let's get into that list, shall we? I'll go ahead and bring that list up right now. Let's do that. Oh boy, I don't know if I can bring this to the other screen. No, it won't let me. It won't let me bring it to that screen to show this. All right, so let's do a list of hoaxes that were promoted by Jamie Masson. They said there was a ship accompanying the Hale-Bopp comet when Hale-Bopp came around. There was a UFO sighting during the eclipse of July 11th, 1991 that they hyped up. It turned out to be Venus. The fake photographs of Carlos Diaz Martinez and his alien tripod. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. UFO or galaxy. It was the Sombrero Galaxy or M104. Masson supports the Billy Meyer hoax of photographs and films. The photographs and videos of hoaxer Arturo Robles Gil. The false stigmas latex cradle of Giorgio Bongiovanni. The fraud of Jonathan Reed and the bracelet link that never worked. The SETI message in 1974, Mossad said was answered in Chilbolton's crop circle. Okay, that's an interesting one. The crop circle thing. That was the answer to the crop circle. I'm familiar with that one a little bit. Everyone proved that was a fraud, but the false stigmas latex cradle of Giorgio. Okay, we did that. The Metapec alien of Sarah Cueves Tornell, Alternativa 3 falling on Mars. The extraterrestrial disc was the spirit mark when drilling a rock. Yeah, I'm not going to get into all of this stuff, but someone put together a list. This has been posted on Twitter, and it was active observers and researchers from around the world called In the Field. And I tried looking for them, and I couldn't find them. I only found this one meme up on the internet. But yeah, his involvement doesn't prove or disprove anything. I agree. It is interesting that he's been involved in a lot of hoaxes and fakes. Man, you got to give him credit for not giving up. I'd be embarrassed to try again. Yeah. Well, people forget, and people just don't pay attention to when things like this break the news cycle. A lot of people don't have the background or context to really get into it all. But yeah, I agree. I'm not going to get into detail and the weeds on Jamie Masson and all the hoaxes he's pushed before. Yeah, so all the organs were removed, but the eggs were stayed. That's kind of weird. And then the rib cage doesn't even look like a rib cage. It looks like a bunch of rings that are put inside a clay or something. Man, it's just Yeah. Right. Maybe that's why, because that's where that's where Hollywood got ET from, the ancient Egyptians, and that's why it's all the same. Right. Yeah, that's all right. There used to be a real mummy in our Natural History Museum in Dayton. Now just pictures of things. It's not the same. Yeah. That's interesting. I haven't seen enough of these, South American mummies in person, and I'm not an expert on them to be able to tell if this thing's legit or not. Some people are saying that, oh, well, he's taking, human remains out of Peruvian graves, and then someone's desecrating the corpses, mutilating the corpses to make them look like aliens. And, looking at the X-ray of the skeletal structure of that thing, I just don't see any sort of evidence. So this is called the Nazca mummy X-ray. Find a good X-ray picture of this Nazca mummy to really analyze this thing. I wish they had something on a 3D, so that you could move it around and see the structure in more detail. But I mean, this isn't a mutilated human corpse. I just don't see the human skeletal structure and anatomy. It looks like a bunch of bones that were pieced together to make it look like this. Is really, it does not look natural. There's not enough intricacies and detail in the structure to really make me say, oh wow. And then this is the rib cage. It's like a straight vertical column, and it doesn't even start at the top. The human rib cage would start up here. There's a sternum. There's no sternum. There's no half ribs. There's no indication I can see where the ribs connect to the vertebrae, or that it's part of the same skeletal system or structure. These bones for the arms look like chicken bones that were, pieced or laid together inside of a plaster of Paris or clay model with a cat skull that's been deformed, or some kind of maybe a baby llama or alpaca skull that's been slightly mutated or deformed, through surgery. That's what it looks like to me. Although again, I'm not the expert forensic osteologist or a expert on South American mummies. Anybody in the audience an expert on South American mummies? Or know anyone who is? That'd be great. Yes, Cusco, Peru. Cusco, Peru is where it was found. I guess they call it the Nazca alien. Anyways, it's Ryan Graves didn't seem too thrilled by the alien bodies or what Jamie Masson did there, and what it's doing to the credibility or face of ufology right now. And a radiologist who can do an X-ray or an MRI machine, maybe ultrasound, some kind of non-destructive method of analysis that they could do on this. So okay, so it's not supposed to be a human. Geez, I'm confused. It is legit. Okay. So there's people here that actually think this is legit. Mark called me this morning and was super psyched about it, man. He was like, yo, they got DNA evidence. Like, unfortunately, it's not peer reviewed. I looked into it, man. So it would be great to, get someone someone who's highly credentialed and, trusted in the science, to, do the analysis. So that way it can be, more thoroughly vetted. Yeah, we'll wait. I guess we'll wait then. Yeah, we'll wait. Let's wait on this. Not going to give a definitive, conclusion on whether this thing's fake or real or not, man. I would love for it to be real. I want it to be real. Just like I want Bob Lazar to be real, man. Yeah. The layered MRIs. Yeah, that's interesting. Where's the layers in the MRI? So I see the MRIs, but what do you mean by layered MRIs, Nick? Yeah, is this an adult or a child alien? Yeah, is this an embryo of an alien, or where is this thing in its life cycle? That's another. I guess these are aliens. Yeah, so that's what I told Brett, and Brett Weinstein loves to use that now. PSYOP until proven otherwise. That should be, yes, that's exactly how I approach all this stuff. It's a PSYOP until proven otherwise. Maybe it's just to see maybe it's just see the reaction of the public of see, you know, how would people react if we rolled out the alien bodies? So let's roll some fake bodies first just to see the reaction's going to be, so that we can kind of judge how they'll react if we do roll out the real bodies, you know? Yeah, and then it's a human-looking skeleton and human-looking face, even though it has 3 toes and 3 fingers instead of 5 digits on the. It's still very close to a humanoid. It's definitely a humanoid: 2 legs, 2 arms, rib cage, head. Um, it's yeah, Todd. It's hard. It's a hard stretch of the imagination to assume that. Well, we get the DNA and it's sequenced, and well, it works with real DNA. The same, 4 pairs of DNA that are ours use, chemicals that ours use of the amino acids. So, how is it that it has the same DNA, same kind of basic skeletal structure and you know proportions? How is it? Yeah, why? Christina Gomez says it's an alien. Yes. Well, if Christina Gomez says it's an alien, we have to. I have to completely reconsider. And why does it have DNA and all? Yes, yeah, 30% similar to humans. Yeah. So if you have similar to humans, yeah, if it's 30% similar, or was it 30% dissimilar? Because I heard 20% dissimilar. I heard it was 80% human, 20% not human. So now you're saying, where did you get the factor of it being 30% human, 70% not something else? This is like reversing the percentages and numbers here. I don't know, because I got 350 people here. This is like record numbers for my streams, man. Usually shadow banned. They're allowing me to talk about this and give me a lot of popularity for talking. We're gonna keep talking about it because people are interested in it, man. That's why we're still talking about it, because people are still curious, people still have questions, and people are definitely super interested in it. So we're gonna keep talking about it until we get, the science comes back with the DNA results and all this stuff to show that it's bunk. Because it's right now there's no, there's a bunch of people calling it bunk, and people saying, oh, this is silly, and why are we talking about this and stuff? Well, we're talking about this because it's science, and because it's something that we can use science to discern whether it's real or not. And we have to use science properly and wait for science to do those things. Unfortunately, I can't be the one to, and neither can anyone else be the one to say, 100% this is a fake and this is not real. Right. So you heard 30% not human DNA. That's interesting. I would. So if that's the reality, and it's 30% not human DNA, 30% unknown DNA, that's not too far outside of the box. We have humans walking around today that have gotten their genetic testing back from 23andMe and ancestry.com and all these other sites that are keeping massive databases of the entire human genetic genome and history of all that. They found people out there that have submitted their DNA where they're like, wow, you got 20% non-human DNA. So there's people out there walking around with 20-30% non-human DNA. 30% maybe, I don't know. I've heard of 20%. I've never heard of 30%. That's a big difference, man. That's a little bit insane. Yeah, that is. If it's 30% different, then that's a little bit more than the typical things that people, a typical diversion off the genome path there. Maybe it's a chimera. They're making these chimeras. You people have heard of that? The human chimp chimera that they recently made. Yeah, so check this out. Scientists reported creating the first embryo with human and non-human primate cells. So they created a human chimpanzee uh, chimera, whatever you want to call it. And this is legit. This is real science that scientists are doing. And as crazy and fucked up as that is, this was April 2021, believe it or not. So, maybe someone at one of these crazy labs that are making, mixing monkey DNA with humans to make these, weird chimeras, maybe someone, put one of these things out there, because that would definitely explain a 30% divergence in the human genome if it was a chimera or something. But okay, YouTube channel Donald Smead, $5 super chat. Thank you. The YouTube channel Terran Space Academy, not just an engineer, but also trained at medical school, would be a great guy for you to talk to on this. All right, cool. Thank you. I will check him out as well and look into that. It would be cool to yeah, man. Well, they don't like me when I talk about that stuff, and I've been warned about talking about that stuff many times. But that doesn't stop me. I'm still going to talk. I'm still going to speak the truth and tell people the truth and report the real information. I don't care if they shadow ban me or do whatever, man. As long as they don't delete my channel, I can, people who want the truth and know what this channel is about will keep coming back here and getting that information. So. Yeah, I almost think that it's a distraction from that. There's a lot of distractions going on right now in the mainstream media and whatnot. So this Terran Earthling, that's a different guy, man. Terran Earthling is a different dude. Terran Space Academy is Terran Earthling is runs our database. He's our database guy for our we have a massive database, and I'd like to get that up and put together. But yeah, the Terran Space Academy is a different channel. I'll have to check that out. Oh, there's videos that you can't watch because there's not allowed in Sweden. That's awesome, man. It's good to know. You have to go on a tour and watch I know a couple people in countries that my videos are banned in, and they have to go on tour to watch them. I guarantee you there's, intelligence agencies that are in other countries that have banned my channel for viewership in their country for reasons. And they're probably the same people sitting here in the live chat right now here watching the channel, just paying attention to what I'm talking about and what comes out, what kind of information slips out here. Because this is one of those channels where all kinds of, you never know what you're going to find, and you're never going to know who's in the chat or what's going to slip out. Yeah, smash the like button, please. That helps the algorithms. It helps YouTube, and the memberships help too. It helps reverse the shadow ban algorithms and the censorship that happens once YouTube realizes that people are really interested in this stuff and they want the information. They kind of make an exception, especially a lot of the stuff I put out will fall into the category where it gets caught by the the filters, where they have to put the warnings and say they have to put the warnings on there. And but those when you talk about JFK or conspiracies and stuff, they'll throw the warning on your video, and that puts it automatically in the shadow ban category, and then puts your channel in shadow ban category for videos you post for the next month or so. So it's just it's crazy. Yeah. David Burrish. Yeah, David Burrish. Remember that guy? Oh, what a freak. Yeah, his name is Dan Crane, by the way. Dan Burrish. David Burr. It's Dan Burrish, and his real name's Dan Crane. If you look into it. But anyways, Terran is at Terran Space Academy. Yeah, I'll have to check him out and look into him. Oh, that's the dude, man. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter again. I don't know if we'll be able to do that soon. Hopefully, that would be cool. Apparently, he's got a spot in Rhode Island where he goes out and films a whole bunch of stuff. That'd be cool, man. Thanks for being here and showing up, man. Use Thor, Judas Priest. Heck yeah. All right, so you guys, I got a treat coming for y'all, in the next couple of days here. I guess I'll put this on just to let people know what we're gonna do here. I've been working hard on this, and I want to show you guys a little bit about what I've been working on. I'm just going to give you a quick little sample, and then I'm going to end this stream because I'm about to come out with a song. Ready? I'm rap about UFOs. Try to expose things the government won't disclose. I want to close if you didn't know. And I can close from inside a close and garden hose. Oh, man. I got to show you guys this. So I'm writing a UFO rap song, and I'm going to release this here in the next week or so. And I hope you guys will be around for it when I put it. Not work. The audio is messed up and it's not working. I don't know why it's not doing this. Okay, I will get you guys when I put this out. I'm gonna show you. We're doing a UFO rap. All right, so I'm going to do a rap about UFOs to try to expose things the government won't disclose, because I'm one of the pros, in case you didn't know, and I get info flows from inside a frozen hose. And my bros all show me where the money goes, with no bid contracts and cash stacked in rows and rows. The Pentagon acting like a bunch of bozos, while the alien scientist channel grows and grows. They look like the emperor wearing no clothes, who can't smell the stench that's right under his nose. With the military-industrial complex, it's nonsense. Well, somebody must be getting a paycheck. It's obvious, oblivious, insidious. These idiots, they obfuscate. But at least we can agree on this, from AOC to Matthew Gates, who stopped the debate and set aside their hate for alien technology. Come on and pass the plate. And maybe we won't devolve into a planet of the apes, because there's always something bigger than these dreams we try to chase. And that's all you get for now. But you just wait. It gets way better. Trust me. Guys, and keep pushing for the truth. Keep bringing this out, and we're gonna do disclosure the right way. And when this rap drops, I hope you guys will share it and check it out for the tune. So I got a lot of input in here, man. I can't do too much. Yeah, the Planet of the Apes. Just wait. You guys are gonna love my rap song, and we're gonna put it out there in a couple weeks here, and this is gonna shut Corbell down. It's like a super diss track, man. I'm gonna diss Corbell and all this mainstream garbage, and bring these turds down, man. Because these guys are no good, man. They're messing up ufology. They're muddying the waters, and they're putting out garbage crap constantly with this, weaponize your curiosity, weaponize your gullibility, monetize my gullibility is what that's about. That guy's, it's just crazy, man. Yeah, dude, if you make beats, hit me up. I need a beat that's something similar to this. I got Jeremiah kind of working on it, but he's also busy and also doing some stuff. So if anyone else is good at making beats and wants to be a part of the song, then yeah, hit me up. My email is thealienscientist@gmail.com. And I would love to hear from you guys. If anyone has evidence, or anyone knows a forensic osteologist, or a medical scientist anyone that has anything with that, please email me. I'd like to get some experts on, some people who are more informed on these topics than I am. I'm always looking to talk to new people, always trying to get better information, always trying to up my game. And yeah, so please eat your beets, boats and hoes. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Oh, we're gonna do it an open mic show. Let's do an open mic show this weekend or something, and I'll post it up soon, and we'll do an open mic where we can get everyone on, because I love that, man. Love you guys. Keep up the great work, and don't forget to smash that like button and share this stream if you can. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and may the force be with you. ET phone home. Jamie Masson.